Let's put it all into context. You've got your request for an interruption, sending digital signals to the operating system, or alerts or whatever. Hey, I need your attention. The operating system passing it on to the processor. The processor checking to see what type of interrupt is it. Now, what we're going to be looking at is these two things. Let me go through it. After it's checked what type of interrupt it is, it's going to use the processor, a friend of its, called the interrupt handler. So imagine this man, and his job is simply to handle any type of interrupt. If there's an interrupt, you call the interrupt handler. And the interrupt handler also has another name, and we're going to call him his other name, which is the interrupt service routine. So the interrupt handler, who deals with every type of interrupt, has another name called the interrupt service routine, or ISR. So, this is what happens. Let's go back to our CPU. This is our current CPU in action just before the interrupt. We've done fetch decode and we've actually now done execute. We check to see if there's an interrupt. Yes, there is. Da-ding! So what the processor will do, it'll remember 101. So imagine we've got our memory. And it'll put in our program count. It'll put program count as 101. The MAR was 100. The MDR was LDA1, etc., etc. It will then erase what's inside the CPU. Inside the registers, it'll erase them. Happy days. Bye-bye. 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 Okay, so we've erased everything. Now what will happen is the start address of the interrupt, so we're going to call it interrupt 98 and 99. We'll do LDA 5, 12. So the start address of the interrupt will get put into the program counter, so 98, and it'll do the fetch decode executes. So it'll go 98, it'll go LDA5, it'll do LDA5, it will do the number 5, it will execute it. I'm hoping that makes sense so far. So the interrupt gets executed. Then it checks again to see if there's any other interrupts, any further interrupts. So remember, this is what our friend, the interrupt handler, or shall we say the ISR, the interrupt service routine, will check to see, is there another interrupt? No. And this guy's done. The CPU will then simply restore everything to how it was. Let's go back in time. There you go. So that the other program can literally carry on as it was before.